Thanks for joining us on National Focus. I'm Kimani. Coming up, over $100,000 donated to village councils in Dubla and Colliho. Dominica certified free of measles and mumps, and Dominica reviews the National Technical and Vocational Education and Training Curriculum. Details of our headline stories and more after the break.
Wash your hands. I am Adora Tuse, health educator from the Ministry of Health. Proper hand washing protects against the spread of many common illnesses and germs. Wash your hands often with soap and water, or you may use a hand sanitizer. Remember, clean hands save lives. Protect yourself.
A message from the Health Promotion of the Ministry of Health.
There is a silent, invisible killer in our midst, a killer which largely goes unnoticed as it plies its deadly trade. Its name is secondhand tobacco smoke, which has a far greater impact on persons inhaling this poison than on smokers themselves. Secondhand tobacco smoke is especially detrimental in public places and negatively impacts our national health as well as public health expenditure. Stop this invisible killer now. Say no to second-hand tobacco smoke in public places. A public health message brought to you by the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back. The Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Colliho constituency, Lady Catherine Daniel, is on a drive to improve the lives of her constituents. Today, GIS was on site as the parliamentary representative donated checks to the village councils of Colliho and Dubla, which amounted to $125,000. A check of $75,000 is to go towards the rehabilitation of the Colliho Bayfront Road and for the La Place Dam washroom facility, as well as assistance to a fishing group, as well as other housing projects. Lady Daniel says it is her goal that the various projects will result in job opportunities for a number of villagers.
I would like to see when these jobs are being allocated that it is circulated, not the same set getting the jobs all the time. So that if this time we have a project, one set get to, work on that project. Next time we have another project, we get another set to work so that the circulation and the money can circulate among the people of the community, and then you'd have greater distribution for the greater good.
Chairman of the Colliho Village Council, Najini George, received the check on behalf of the council.
We would like to thank the government of Dominica and the parliamentary representative for making yet another check. We just received a check 2 months back with $60,000. Here it is again, we're receiving another check of $75,000. So as they say, les boca travail. So once again, we'd like to thank Ms. Danielle and all who are involved in making this possible.
Similarly, in the village of Dubla, a donation of $50,000 was made to the Dubla Village Council. The check will assist the village in the area of housing and also the fishing industry.
Dubla is a community with a vibrant fishing industry, and that's one of the industry we'd like to work very hard on, to see the fishermen become self-sufficient, because when you provide them with the resources to develop their industry, then this is one sector that can go and generate income, and it can impact on the lives of the constituents. They don't become too dependent on you because that's a self-sufficient industry.
Clerk of the Council, Rosemary Rivera, received the check on behalf of the Council.
We would like to say thanks very much for this check of $50,000. We can assure Ms. Danielle that this check will really whatever the purpose of this check, that it will go into good use. They will not use it for anything other than what it is meant to be. I know the fishermen will be very excited about this check because, as she said earlier, we're in the hurricane season and we have to ensure that our fish and everything else, the catch that they have, is safe because that's their livelihood. And those persons receiving the housing assistance, I am going to tell you that they will be grateful for this assistance.
On her first official visit to the island as director of the Pan American Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne met with Cabinet to discuss pertinent global and local health issues. She then met with the press on Tuesday with the objective of informing the nation of the state of healthcare in Dominica. Dr. Etienne described her findings on chronic non-communicable diseases as startling.
For every 3 persons, 1 has high blood pressure. For every 5 persons in Dominica, 1 has diabetes. For every 4 persons in Dominica, 1 has high cholesterol. For every 2 people in Dominica, 1 is overweight or obese.
The region's top health official is emphatic that gravity and morbidity of the situation must be grasped.
My most important message to Dominica and Dominicans that let's get together to fight chronic diseases. I call it a killer among us. And it's not just killing, it's killing our people at their productive ages in life. And we need to do something. It's affecting us socially and economically.
Dr. Etienne encouraged Cabinet to continue focusing on preventative rather than curative measures and involve all players.
Very often people want to say, well, individuals must change their lifestyles. And that is true. But what is more true is that together we have the responsibility to ensure an enabling environment, an environment within which people can live healthy lifestyles, an environment where their foods do not contain high salt levels or high sugar levels or high trans fat levels, that we have possibility for physical activity in our communities and our schools, that we have legislation and taxation that seeks to limit or stop the use of tobacco and the excessive use of alcohol, that we have rules and legislation against the excessive use of alcohol, against the sale of alcohol to minors, and certainly for tobacco as well.
The island's Honorable Health Minister, Dr. Kenneth Daru, has confirmed that Cabinet has been actively discussing these measures. Also on the subject of chronic non-communicable diseases, the director drew attention to a growing issue, that of tobacco use among students. A 2009 Global Youth Tobacco Survey revealed a 10–20% prevalence of tobacco use. Of special concern is its use among female students. Drug and alcohol use is also a risk factor of chronic non-communicable diseases. In more news, since government revealed its very real interest to secure health financing option for all, it subsequently indicated that the Pan American Health Organization has been engaged in discussing on that subject. The Labour Party government is concerned about the number of Dominicans who are unable to afford costly health services or health insurance. Director of PAHO, Dr. Carissa Etienne, was engaged by the press on Tuesday when she was asked about the progress of those talks. Dr. Etienne warned that this was the start of a long road.
We are at the point where we've done the initial assessments with government. We will present those with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Finance and begin to identify what are the other issues that need to be assessed and need to be studied as we move. These are very serious decisions, and they need excellent scientific work, significant forecasting and on all of this, so that government is best prepared to make those decisions.
Dominica's only water company, Dowasco, is urging the public to engage in water conservation practices. This comes as a response to an advisory issued by the Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum Caracof that Dominica, as well as several other Caribbean countries, could be experiencing unusually dry conditions over the next coming months. Edward Regis is Public Relations Officer for DOWASCO.
Dominica has been blessed with an abundance of water. However, we do have to caution the general public to take every precaution that is necessary to ensure that we do not come to a situation where we have to declare water emergency. And one of the key ways of ensuring that we conserve what we have is to practice conservation methods at home, at the office, and in the community. We have this notion in Dominica that we have 365 rivers, so it doesn't matter. It does matter how we use our water resources.
Regis highlighted fixing leaking pipes, using less water to water lawns or wash vehicles as some simple examples of conserving water. He notes that across the world, water is becoming a scarce resource and wants national to embrace the motto, less water to achieve more.
We're also encouraging members of the public, our customers, to store water. It is a practice that we used to do many years ago when water was not as accessible as it was. We used to have buckets at home and jerry cans and so on that we used to store water. And that is important because we are in the hurricane season and there could be water outages. And so, we need to have access to water for domestic use. So we say that it's a simple process. Get some clean containers that you can store water in, store it in a cool place, and ensure that you keep it covered. And if you do not have to use it, if there is not an opportunity to use it for domestic purposes, then you can use it to water your plants and for other stuff when you need to get rid of it and replenish it.
You're watching National Focus. Still to come, Dominica has been certified free of measles and mumps by the World Health Organization. Stay with us.
Think water, think life. Water refreshes, restores, cleans, and enhances growth. Potable water is a benchmark for development. DOWASCO is serious about its mandate to ensure easy access to potable water island-wide and provide sewage services for a cleaner environment. DOWASCO is your water and sewage company.
Welcome back. Dominica has been certified free of measles and mumps by the World Health Organization. The Honorable Health Minister was presented with the award by Regional Director of the World Health Organization, Dr. Carissa Etienne, on Tuesday.
This is a result of very strong immunization coverages, something that Dominica has had for more than 30 years. So certainly this is a tribute to the Ministry of Health and to all of the healthcare workers all over Dominica. So Dominica is free officially of measles, rubella, which people call German measles, and congenital rubella syndrome.
Industry stakeholders have come together to review the National Technical and Vocational Education and Training, or TVET, curriculum. A national consultation held on Wednesday saw stakeholders from agriculture, industrial arts, cosmetology, and garment making, among others. TVET coordinator at the Ministry of Education, Abraham Durand, says the consultation seeks to derive inputs from stakeholders to better equip students for the working world.
What we are looking for is for practitioners in the industry who are going to hire our students eventually to look at what we have put together and to tell us what they think of what we are about or what we are proposing to teach our children in schools.
The Ministry of Education is also looking to combine the TVET curriculum with Caribbean Vocational Qualification, or CVQ, certification program.
We thought it wise that in reviewing the curriculum, we make the forms 1, 2, and 3 curricula for the TVET subject mirror what we are going to be delivering under the CVQ program. So in that process, teams of teachers were deployed to look at ways and means of adding more practical components to our TVET offerings in forms 1, 2, and 3. the Forms 1, 2, and 3 curricula will not be CVQ curricula proper, but they will be more practical skills oriented so that the students get a better feel of the CVQ curricula that they will be offered in 4th and 5th forms.
The CVQ program is currently being piloted at the Dominica Grammar School, the Goodwill Secondary School, and the Northeast Comprehensive. The Ministry of Education is seeking to expand the number of schools offering the program. The TVET program is being implemented under the Dominica Education Enhancement Project. At the end of December 2014, the project had expended over $8 million. And finally, young people from the community of Biosh have been encouraged to harness their creativity. The call came from the Honorable Senator GIs Dominica while speaking at the opening of an exhibition as part of Biosh Reunion 2015.
You have the Western District Youth Council, which is very vibrant, organizing capacity building activities, and also you have the flamboyant dancers, where you can see creativity come to the fore in terms of keeping our cultural dance evolving whilst maintaining its historical and traditional components. So all of these are some of the critical areas where young persons need to demonstrate a keen interest and give themselves that chance to develop their creativity. And I want to commend you for that. And I want to leave this message to the young persons to tap into your creativity because it can be your source of livelihood for years to come.
The Honorable Senator says developing creativity is key to success.
Oftentimes, young persons have talents, but they are hidden. It's up to the leaders in the community, the village council, the organizing committee, the youth organizations, to create different forums and different avenues for young persons to demonstrate their creative talents. And that can vary in many forms. We have arts, we have visual arts, we have performing arts, okay? We also have professions. Biosh is known for as a fishing community. And I think that that's one of the industries that we still need to develop a lot more in Dominica because it can be a critical source of livelihood for many of our young persons. When we look at how vibrant Biosh is and is known for its cultural significance, particularly for our young persons and their dance, we can see how creativity generates success. We can see that the flamboyant dancers have won how many years in a row, or how many cultural awards have the flamboyant dancers won? 10s and 20, 30, possibly different awards.
The exhibition is a mix of fine art, heritage art, crafts, jewelry, and interior decorating. The Biosh Reunion was launched on Sunday, July 5th under the theme Reuniting Friends and Family, Come Celebrate Together, and will culminate on Sunday, July 12th. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with Creole highlights.
Did you know the Caribbean Court of Justice is 2 courts in 1? The CCJ has 2 functions: an original jurisdiction, which deals with your right to move between CARICOM countries freely and your right to move your money and your business. This is the basis of the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME, and the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, and an appellate jurisdiction to hear appeals from courts of those countries which decide to use it as their final court of appeal and no longer go to the Privy Council. All CARICOM member states who have signed the agreement establishing the CCJ are members of the CCJ.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, ministre Kai, Honorable Reginald Austri, bien satisfait et puis programme Révolution Kai gouvernement. Honorable Austri fait parole salant pendant qu'il était chef délégation gouvernement qui visitait le projet Kai Silver Lake lundi.
Nous avons toujours dit qu'il y a l'autre travail pour faire ces cases. Et ça nous a fait là, je suis bien content parce que ça nous a fait là, c'est une situation là, bagaille oued, tout le monde la terre. Pas même Dominique tout seul, mais tout le monde là, vous faites ça qui fait en Grecier, ils ont voté en un référendum pour ne pas aller en bas pour austerity. European Union a dit qu'ils ne parlent pas austerity. Comme ça, tout le monde là, ni problème. Et moi, quand le gouvernement a fait un gros effort pour pour ça trouver l'argent là pour faire travail qu'il a fait en ça fait caille. C'est ça moi responsable ça fait caille et ça fait glo. Et moi satisfait que le gouvernement a fait tout ça il peut et résultat là pour voir ou voir ça là ça coûte nous plus que 1 million, ça là coûte nous 1 million. Comme on dit il y a l'autre travail pour faire mais c'est pas s'il valait non nous pour travail. Et c'est pas ça fait occasion nous pour travail. Comme ça nous pour séparer tout l'argent nous taper pour nous faire sorte que tout secteur en éducation, en santé, en chimie, en agriculture, toute ministry ni pour taper anti-mieux candidat parce que moi-même comme ministre responsable pour ça faire case bien satisfait et faut la gouvernement qu'a fait pour ça nous ça ranger et transformer un pays ça là et bon case.
À la nouvelle compagnie d'Action ni responsabilité pour opération Park Houses en Dominique. C'est l'occasion ça là établie pour certification exportation produits Hot Dominique. Mr. Grégoire Thomas, c'est General Manager d'Action.
Nous parlons aussi que ça nous pour faire staffing, nous pour mettre en place pour opérer Park House là. So, aujourd'hui, semaine passée, nous avons fait interview pour sélecter moun pour des positions dans Park House, Portsmouth et puis Bozo. So ça c'est une responsabilité d'Action pour et puis d'autres monde nous travailler et puis d'autres monde et puis d'autres entreprises, le Ministry of Trade, Bureau of Standards pour aider nous pour sélecter meilleurs monde pour conduire opération Park House là.
Et puis finalement, la compagnie d'Owasco a avisé le public là pour conserver de l'eau, quand il y a un swift report temps sec qui a existé à présent. Saison cyclone qui a couru, et puis selon officier relations publiques Edward Regis, Misi obligé de mettre en place.
Nous, en saison cyclone, c'est important pour nous ça penser que nous, si nous tapons qu'on nous affecté, si un cyclone affecte nous, il n'y a pas que l'eau qui est affectée. Ça est important pour nous ça prendre toute précaution. D'Awasco même, nous avons mis tout but en place pour faire certain que nous ça fait ça nous paie pour nous ça pour tuer l'eau bas public là si l'on manière bien passé.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day.
You're watching GIS.
We have learned that there are several categories of hurricanes ranging from Category 1 to Category 5. Today we understand the different hurricane alerts issued by the country's Met Office. The Met Office should be your only trusted source of information about weather conditions. The Met Office will issue advisories via local TV or radio for a hurricane watch, hurricane warning, or hurricane all clear. A hurricane watch is an advisory issued for a particular area when conditions are favorable for the development of a hurricane. It does not necessarily mean that a hurricane is imminent. A warning is issued when hurricane conditions are expected to affect a particular area within 36 hours. And the all clear message lets you know when the hurricane has completely passed. Do not leave your home or shelter until you have heard the all clear alert. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow us on Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kimani. Thank you for watching.